People often misunderstand motivation. They believe it is permanent, something constant they can hold on to once they find it. But nothing is permanent. Motivation comes and goes. And because of that, we must learn to act even when it isn't there. So many people think they need motivation to exercise, to study, to improve themselves. And when they don't feel it, they stop. That is where things fall apart. You have to train your mind to move beyond motivation. When motivation shows up, that's wonderful. It's like adding wood to a fire. But all you really need is a small spark. Still, you must learn how to exist without motivation. You must become your best self when motivation is at its lowest. That is the hardest part. Motivation is just a word. It doesn't mean constant excitement or passion. You cannot simply switch on desire or force passion into existence. That's not how it works. True motivation isn't shouting or cheering, it's understanding your reason. It's knowing why you're doing what you're doing, where it's taking you, and how it will shape you. When you need motivation, don't look for someone else to hype you up. Look inward. Remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself that this temporary pain, this struggle, this fight, it is what makes you stronger, sharper, and better. And with that understanding, step forward into the challenge, into the storm. This is where discipline matters. Motivation and discipline are not the same. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is steady. Real progress is built on discipline, on showing up when you don't feel like it, on working when it's uncomfortable, on moving forward even when everything inside you wants to stop. Everyone who builds something meaningful learns this one truth. They know how to move when they don't want to. The real question isn't how to stay motivated. It's how to develop the discipline to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Because the days that define your life aren't the easy ones. They're the days when you're tired, drained, bored, or fed up with routine. On those days, you go anyway. You move anyway. Even if it's just inertia, you keep going. Ignore the voice that whispers for comfort and immediate relief. Don't listen to it. Instead, keep moving. Lift a weight. Go for the run. Work on the project. Get out of bed. Just keep moving forward. You moved past the inertia. You stayed on the straight path. You chose the disciplined path, the path of quiet strength. I've never met a truly successful person who didn't live with discipline. Success is built by those who show up on time, honor their commitments, keep their promises, and meet their deadlines. When you study people at the very top of any field, you begin to see the truth. Motivation is only a tiny part of the formula. Discipline is everything. Winners don't rely on how they feel. They do the work because it must be done, not because they feel inspired in the moment. Discipline makes action possible, and action creates progress. Much of success is simply not being lazy, simply showing up, simply starting. You won't feel perfect every day. If you only acted when you felt good, very little would ever get done. Those who truly improve learn how to work on the days when it's hard. And there are far more of those days than the easy ones. Discipline allows you to act anyway to move forward, even when energy is low and motivation is quiet. You build this strength through small habits. Start by choosing goals that truly matter to you, goals you deeply value. Then Break them down into small, manageable steps. These small actions begin to feel rewarding because they connect you to something meaningful. Each step forward creates a quiet sense of purpose, a positive emotional pull toward the life you want. When your goals matter, effort begins to feel worthwhile. You wake up with direction. You feel ready for the day, not because everything is easy, but because you know where you're going. Clarify the life you want to live. Think about your health, your relationships, your family, your work, and how you spend your time. Create a vision that feels honest and valuable to you. Then, move toward it step by step. That is how discipline becomes momentum. And momentum becomes a life built with intention. Every effort must be worth something because doing nothing is always easier. Sitting still requires no courage at all. The real question is not why rest, but why act. And the only honest answer is this: you act because you've decided that something is worth the effort. So, where do you find what is worth pursuing? You can look inward, to your own nature, and you can also look outward at what people across time have valued most. When you do that, a pattern appears. Life is built from certain foundations: family, friendships, meaningful work, learning, health, purpose, and care for your body and mind. You may not have everything, but the more of these you build, the less suffering fills the empty space. Without them, what remains is misery, and that is a poor bargain. So you begin by deciding who you want to become. That is the real work, especially when you are young. You aim at a future version of yourself that feels worth becoming, and then you use what you learn as tools to build that person. The first step is clarity. You must define your goals, because you cannot reach something you have not named. Many people avoid clarity because it exposes failure. Vague goals protect you from knowing when you fall short, but they also blind you. And blindness does not prevent failure. It only delays the moment when it becomes unbearable. If you refuse to look, you may wake up one day far behind, wondering how it happened. So instead, you choose a vision of life that feels worth living, even knowing it will involve effort, anxiety, loss, and struggle. A vision strong enough to justify the work. Then you bring that vision down into daily life. You ask, what does this look like today? This week? This month? And here, something simple becomes powerful: a schedule. Not as a prison, but as a design for the day you want to live. The mistake is treating a schedule as punishment. A better way is to ask, if tomorrow were the best day I could reasonably have, what would it look like? Then you plan that. Responsibility matters, but so does reward. You balance effort with rest. You negotiate with yourself kindly, the way you would with someone you care about. You don't need perfection. Even following half of your plan is infinitely better than doing nothing. Aim just slightly better than yesterday. That small improvement compounds, and soon momentum carries you forward. You must understand this. You are not your own servant. You are your own partner. Someone worth caring for. Someone you want to help build a good life. Many people struggle because they treat themselves with cruelty, swinging between self-punishment and avoidance. That cycle wastes time and drains the spirit. Time is more valuable than we admit. When you waste hours each day, those hours quietly become years, and those years compound into a life smaller than it could have been. Facing that truth is painful, but avoiding it is worse. Yes, It hurts to see your own lack of discipline. It hurts to recognize wasted potential. But that recognition is not cruelty, it is clarity. And clarity is what gives you the chance to change. Looking away only strengthens the shadow. Looking honestly, gently, courageously is what allows you to grow. And while that path is difficult, the alternative is far more costly. So take a breath and remember this: you don't need to become someone else overnight. You only need to take one honest step forward. One small, meaningful action today is enough to begin reshaping tomorrow. Treat yourself with patience. Choose discipline, not as punishment, but as care. Build your days with intention, your habits with kindness, and your life with quiet courage. You don't need perfection. You don't need constant motivation. You only need to keep moving slowly, steadily, faithfully. And if you do that, day by day, you will become someone your future self is grateful for.